All right, folks, it's that time of the podcast where we tell you to please get rid of all your children out of the room because we will swear and we will talk about adult content. We're particularly talking to Theo today, as we know Mummy lets you listen in the car on the way to school. It is not suitable, and tell Mummy to turn it off.
It's Friday and time to get that wine poured. Turn on our podcast so you'll stop being bored. Life in the middle is a wild old ride with Shelley and Natalie right by your side. Stuck in the Middle podcast every Friday, so pull up a chair. Stuck in the Middle podcast, please like, follow, and share.
Hello and welcome back to Stuck in the Middle podcast, and we are on episode 7, Natalie. Can you believe it?
You can't believe it. And yes, welcome back. And we are so grateful to everybody that's still listening to us since episode 1 and has stuck with us through thick and thin. Thank you.
Yes. So, I see what you did there, yes. How is your week been anyway? What have you been up to?
It's good. It's just been work. I had a very quiet weekend. I bought myself a new bikini for holidays. And I've just been working hard for my money.
Oh yeah, I like that.
For my money. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the rest of my week because I have a nice weekend coming up, and it's a bank holiday weekend. Whoop, whoop.
It is a bank holiday weekend and the weather is set to be really, really nice. We've had loads of miserable weather recently, so actually this will be really good. And we're
another shade of white over the weekends.
Yes. Well, you will be. I tend to go really, really brown. I don't know. I just seem to look at the sun and that's it. I just tend to go brown. So the week has been dominated, I would say, by Katie Price in the news. And I actually thought we can't really have a podcast that supports women and talks about empowering women without touching on this subject, really. And it is such a shame. And it seems like it is a gaslighting situation from a con man that's playing out publicly as well, which is really sad. So for those of you that don't know the situation, and generally I'm not really fussed about what Katie Price does. I'm not really a fan or anything, but I just think this is quite tragic. She fell in love with a guy. She met a guy very early on and she married him after a number of weeks rather than get to know him, or for whatever reason. He apparently laid out he is a businessman in Dubai. He is a multimillionaire. He owns all these properties, etc., etc. She fell in love with the dream. It's now transpired that that dream is not really a dream. He lied to her. So basically, he is a con man and he's done this several times throughout the last few years because his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend, so there's a couple of people that come forward with text messages and wedding photos and things like that, and all the proof, all the receipts that you need to show that he lied and he conned them, and he did it in exactly the same way as he has lied to Katie. He's on a travel ban as well because he is in debt and he cannot leave Dubai. But this is the extent of the lies that he went to, is he drove himself to Dubai airport and said, I'm here, I'm at the airport. And actually he was never there, but he did the exact same thing to his ex-wife because she had a video of him doing exactly the same thing and she posted it on Instagram.
Right. So how did she meet him? Where did she meet him? Did she meet him online or did she meet him in person and then marry him? Or did she meet him online and then marry him? Like, what's the start of this?
So she met him online. She then went out to Dubai to meet him. And then a couple of weeks in the sun and a couple of weeks with him love bombing her. He rented Lamborghinis. He rented cars, drove her around. He basically gave her this illusion. And from that, she married him.
Okay, so she was marrying him for love or money? Because was she doing the same thing?
That's a good point. Nobody would know that. Perhaps she was doing the same thing there.
Well, because like you're talking about how he sold her the dream. The dream seems to be around Lamborghinis and all of that, not around the dream of being loved. Now, it doesn't excuse what he's done at all. I'm just trying to understand, because you meet somebody online and you marry them a couple of weeks later.
I think she's quite desperate for love. I think girls do get into a situation where they just want to be in a relationship with, the family, a solid. She seems to hop from one to the next, doesn't she? Looking for that,
she does,
whatever it is.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. She omits a neediness that these kinds of men target. They target. Yeah. There is no other way to say it. They target, and she would have the right profile for somebody like that. And she's had a rough time over the last couple of years. She's not had the best of luck in relationships, so I can imagine. And she is always looking for love. She's always open to love, which is like very brave.
Yes,
very brave, because not everybody's open to love all the time. But at the same time, if he's selling her. I'm just confused about selling her the dream. Is the dream to be loved and love somebody, or is the dream to be loved by somebody who's a multimillionaire and can drive Lamborghinis and you can holiday in Dubai?
I think there would be a bit of both in there, really. I think she, being a celebrity in the public eye, wants to know that the man is self-sufficient and he's not going to take her money. So perhaps that was part of it. But the thing was, it's the extreme that he's gone to make her believe these lies. And the latest is he sent her a message and said that he's been kidnapped. I've been kidnapped. I'm not sure a kidnapper would actually give you your phone. He wouldn't say, here you go, have a phone home and tell everyone you've been kidnapped.
Don't ask for any ransom money, just say you've been kidnapped. Here's your phone.
Exactly. Well, another speculation online is that everybody's waiting for him to say, I need £100,000 it's the ransom money, right? Is that what the end game was?
Well, yeah, probably. It probably was the end game, was to con her out of some money. Yeah. But then she took to, like, I haven't really been following it. My assumption is she took to social media and started saying that he's been kidnapped. Right.
Yes, she showed his text messages where he said that he'd been kidnapped, and she's gone to the police.
Yes, okay.
And the twist is really that in Dubai, the laws are very strict, as you know, and because she's reported him missing, if you waste police time, you can be put in prison for that. So if he has gone knowingly...
Oh, dear. Poor Bubba. He's gone to trying to con somebody out of money and making a false accusation.
Exactly. He deserves it, I think. He deserves
that. And yes, I feel for her, because I do think she really, really wants to be loved, and I do support her. But then where's her support network? Where are the people around her that can actually help her and guide her, and her friends? And
exactly. But don't we see this quite often, though, where we have, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you can see the man for what he is, but your friend just cannot see the wood from the trees.
Oh, all the time. All the time. Well, not all the time, because you're all very happily married and you love your husband. But yes, I have been in the situation, and in it quite early in a friend's relationship, and said, oh no, he's not a good one. He's not a good one. And this is going to go bad. And then you talk to them about it, but they don't want to hear it, because they're in the flush of love, and everything's that honeymoon period, and it's exciting. And you're oxytocin and your adrenaline's taking over, and you're being wined and dined, and like love bombing is cruel. It's a cruel
It's a cruel thing to do. Yeah,
because there was that very famous case, wasn't there, with Shia LaBeouf, and was it FK Twigs?
Yeah. It's very similar. This is a very similar case on par. And I had a personal experience with a friend who we were very, very close. We were absolutely inseparable for years and years. We traveled around together, we did holidays and etc. Everybody always knew it was me and her. We came as a pair almost. We were like sisters. And then one day she met a guy at a festival, one of the festivals that we went to. And he forever told her, this is not serious. This is not serious. This is just a now thing. I'm going to go traveling. But she fell in love, fell head over heels. And then it led to a point where he was really stringing her on, like he would borrow money and things like that. And I could see it. And I would obviously, being a friend, say, hey, this is not quite right. He left her. He left to go traveling. He got on a plane and said, this is it. We're done. Done and dusted.
Yeah.
She left her job. She left her friends. She left me as well as a friend. She ghosted me, went off to Thailand and followed him. And when she got there, he didn't want to know. And he was with somebody else at that point because she'd followed him a couple of weeks after. And she would not listen.
She followed him even though he didn't want her to go.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. So it gets to the point where some girls will go to that length. They will absolutely, she chucked her job in. She threw her friendship away with me, which was years and years. And do you know what I really reached out to her when she came back because I thought I need to be a friend here and I actually need to still support her. But it was gone. It was very difficult. It was never the same again. And obviously we then drifted apart because it wasn't this, what was there was broken, if that makes sense. She just didn't see it. But she did that with loads.
Didn't trust you, or she wasn't willing to admit that she had made a massive mistake and her pride was hurt.
I just think you go your separate ways after something like that, really. It's just not there, whatever it is, it's kind of gone. But it's such a shame that, you do see that girls will go to those lengths and there are men that actively hunt girls like that.
They smell it off them. They smell it. It's like some sort of pheromone that reeks out, and because they need to be in control. They need to, they need to control this. They need to control the narrative. They need to get what they want. And at the end of the day, everything is about them. They're narcissists as well. So I think around them.
So if you could say one thing to girls that might be listening to the podcast that are in those situations where they're following somebody around or they believe it or they're being love bombed, what's your advice?
Listen to your girlfriends. Yeah, listen to your girlfriends, because people cannot, we all get blinded by love. Look, you all have that first flush of, oh my God, this is great. And then, but if it
wears off,
it does wear off. But then the old adage is there: if it seems too good to be true, then it's not true.
Exactly. And just know your worth. I think that's really what I would say: is know your worth. Your worth. Nobody gets to own you. Nobody gets to control you. Nobody gets to decide whether you're happy or not, other than yourself. Exactly. So from that, then, I would like to just talk about our bucket.
What, the one that nobody wants to push anything into?
So I refuse to believe that the world is all rosy, and I can't believe that nobody has anything that they want to put in it. So I'm going to put something in it today. I'm going to put all those men that treat women like a cash card or a bank and trample all over them just to get what they want. So they are going in the fuck it bucket.
In the fuck it bucket. In the fuck it bucket. They deserve it. They should go to the very bottom of it.
Yeah.
And then I'll put some lighter fluid on them. Burn them.
Exactly. So we had a couple of problems and predicaments, and I quite like getting these, actually. They make me laugh, and it's good to always see when people comment and they reach out to us on TikTok and they engage with us, because it's a two-way street. So I quite like that.
We love our TikTok followers. No one's ever cool for TikTok.
No, but definitely not.
Let's kick off with the first one.
Spill your tea. Lost your rent. Welcome to Problems and Predicaments.
I have one from Sarah. So she says, Hi, Shelley and Natalie. I am losing my mind. My boyfriend is 34. He has a normal job, behaves like a bloody student. He goes out drinking multiple times a week, even on weekdays, and regularly stumbles through the door at 7 or 8 a.m. That's the next day, right? I am so emotionally exhausted from the constant fighting that I can barely function at my own job. But here's the kicker. While he's out playing singleton all night, he's wildly jealous of me. Last week, he saw me having a completely innocent 2-minute chat with a neighbour at our local gym. He lost his temper and gave me the silent treatment for 3 days straight. How can he justify living like a single man while keeping me on a bloody leash?
Because he's having his cake and eating it, darling. He's having his cake and eating it. If your boyfriend, look, if he wants to go out, if you don't have children, you don't have mortgages, you don't have loads of responsibility, if he wants to go out 7 nights a week, that's fine. But I think the thing you should be worried about is him not coming home till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Because where is he going?
Exactly. Where's he going and what is he doing? Because clubs are not open at that time, are they?
Well, can you find a club that's open anymore? Also, why are you giving him what he wants? He clearly wants to have an argument to then help justify that it was okay for him to stay out till 8 o'clock in the morning because you'll just be nagging him. So he's clearly done that. And then he gets jealous of you speaking to another person. But again, this is all about control. And this is all about him creating excuses in his head that he can do this to you.
Yeah.
And it's okay because actually you're the one who's flirting with your neighbour at the local gym. I hope your neighbour was hot though. Was he hot?
Is he single?
Was he hot? Was he single?
Is he hot and is he single?
Did she have like how many reps was he doing on his pecs and stuff like
that? So does the boyfriend go to the gym? Because if he doesn't go to the gym, then you want the neighbour, and girl, you're in the wrong camp.
To be fair, if the boyfriend's out drinking 7 nights a week, he sounds like he's going to have a beer belly.
Yeah,
and nobody's going to want to be climbing on top of that.
No. Right? So our advice is get rid and move in with the neighbour.
Our advice is get rid, go around to your Mr. Muscles next door and say, oh, my heart is broken. Can you make me a cup of tea? No, let's have a glass of wine, seduce them. Because remember, the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. So have a bit of fun.
And that's Natalie's advice.
and give him something to truly be jealous about. And then post it all over social media that it was the best night of your life.
We're loving the petty vibe there. We love that. It's great. We're here for it.
We're like, oh, what tonight, darling?
I love it. Do you have one?
I have one. It's come from anonymous though, but let's go. Natalie, I am drowning. I am a manager doing the workload of 3 people. Oh my God, working late every night, and the stress is causing a physical breakdown. I finally got a new job offer. The pay is identical and the workload is a fraction. The workload is a fraction of the stress. Here's the catch. It's a strict corporate environment, so I lose my flexible hours. Worse, the commute is 1.5 hours each way. I have 2 toddlers at home and no family nearby to help my wife. If I take the job, I escape the stress and spend 3 hours a day trapped in a car away from my babies. If I stay, I keep losing my mind. Which position do I take?
Oh, it's a difficult one.
Yeah, but how is it impacting on your family, your mental state of mind at home? How is it impacting your family?
Yeah,
are you going to travel for 3 hours a day, spend 1.5 hours coming home decompressing and not bringing your work stress through the front door and spending some good quality time with your babies and your missus?
Yeah, and if you haven't got all your work done because you're doing the job of 3 people, that's bound to overspill into weekends, right? Whereas the new job wouldn't spill into weekends. Okay, you'd have the travel, but you'd still have Saturday and Sunday to just chill.
But that's the offset of it. You have the travel, and then you are father of the year over the weekend, and you make it all up with your family, and you plan to do lovely things with them, and you recuperate that way. But and that 1.5 hours means that you can get it out of your system on the travel.
Yeah. And what is with bosses making people do 3 people's jobs? I mean, we all do that, right? We all get into a job and they go, this is your role. And then all of a sudden you're doing this, and this. Like, what is that about?
cost of living crisis, really, because, you might be struggling for money, but these multi-million corporations do not have a lot of money. So
They're loving life.
We need to make redundancies and then say, aren't you lucky to have a job? And what we'll do is we'll give you that person who's just left workload, but we won't give you any more money for it.
Exactly. And we won't replace them either. Exactly. So I think our advice there is take the new job and tell your old boss to stick it. I love that.
Don't shine. Yes, take the new job. Go have quality time with your family at the weekends.
Yeah.
And enjoy that. Because you know what? They won't stay babies for long.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Natalie, we've come to your favourite section of the podcast that you love.
Plug the mug.
We need a jingle for this, don't we? We need a jingle for Plug the Mug. I'm actually gonna find one, and I'm gonna find a Plug the Mug jingle. So you guys need to go into the link in our bio, and you need to go and buy one of our mugs.
For how much, Shelley? How much is one of our mugs?
So they're $12.99 and free shipping. So get one. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Getting quality. This is quality merchandise that keeps your tea warm.
Lasted for 7 episodes so far. That
keep your tea warm, wine cold. I mean, it's just
I love it.
Right, Shelley. What's next?
So we have some podcast stats as always, and we were counting at, I think last time we were coming up to 200. Was it 200 last time?
Yes.
And we're actually now at 460 followers on TikTok. So really, really happy about that. I have to say, we've got the engagement. We've got some of the comments and things. We're starting a little community. People are talking with us. We like that. We're getting feedback. We can put a question out there. People respond. Love that. So I'm very happy. We are doing really well on YouTube. We've literally got nearly, I think it's around 50 hours on YouTube of people actually listening to us. So that's pretty amazing. So thank you very much to our YouTube followers who obviously want to watch us being a bit crazy on our podcast.
Crazy? Who's crazy? Who you call crazy, you Danish?
Me.
Yeah, we've had 137,000 views across all of the platforms, which is pretty massive.
Bloody good. Yeah, it's really good.
And to be fair, I don't have that many relatives. So, these are genuine, genuine followers.
Genuine followers. Yeah, having a look. Yeah, we love that.
We even had a video on Instagram that reached 2,800 people.
Do you know, I was so shocked at that because I've absolutely hated Instagram. So maybe Morassi heard us last time, or he might have listened to our podcast. But yes, it went over 2,000. I think it was like 2,800. So I was really, really pleased at that. So we're out of the 200
I do think our little reels and our memes of us being complete absolute idiots and having the best ever is quite nice. It's good. It's nice to watch people have fun and to hear them laugh.
It's funny, isn't it? I think they're great. I really enjoy them. So yeah. And I also think that we are doing really well on Facebook, although it's a bit slow, but hey, we're there and people can follow.
Yeah, we still have lots of engagement on it. So, it's good. So, unfortunately, that now brings us to the end of yet another fabulous episode of Stuck in the Middle.
I love it. So yeah, just want to say thanks to everybody who's still supporting us, and you can reach us on all of the platforms as we spoke about. We will get you a new episode next Friday. So thanks very much for tuning in.
Thank you. And if you totally refuse to share our podcast, I will be checking your Facebooks, your Instagrams, and anything that I am so technically capable of sharing. And checking and all of that palaver, and I will stalk you.
Brilliant.
You. Also,
so on that note, then
I still need my TikTok 200 thingamajigs.
Oh yeah, you need people to follow you so that you can go live. Yeah. So okay. So on that note, then we will say goodbye to our followers and see you next week.
Goodbye. Thank you. Stay stuck.
It's Friday and time to get that wine poured. Turn on our podcast so you'll stop